Hello, dear SMB bosses. Christian Xerxes here at America Scalp, here to give you a little tip on how to turn that lead into a paying client, and that's very simple. That is just as simple as writing and responding to some questions. Now, what do I mean by that? What I've been doing and what I've done in the past 25 years, not just in this S&P industry, but also in other industries I worked in, was I always created a conversational log or a skit. A skit is basically what could go wrong and what could go right. Basically is a list of questions a potential lead or potential client might go ahead and ask you. And then you write down responses. What I do with the responses, I go ahead and practice. I keep practicing and repeating and answering the same question over and over again. Why? The more I repeat it, the more it becomes like breathing. It's a quick way to remember your responses, quick way to be able to go ahead and answer your clients without hesitation, without no pausing, without no mumbling, without no stumbling on any word that you're going to be saying. And also, it gives that confidence feeling to your potential client. And that's one of the things that they require, that they need to feel that confidence in the person they're talking to, that they know that they're going to be able to do the job right for them. Now, other things that you got to do besides doing that, which with this you will have to practice. It'll take a little time, but with practice you'll get the hang of it. You'll get there. You'll be able to close roughly about 7, maybe 8 out of 10 clients. If you get really good comfortable with it and you like to talk and you'll always have a high spirit, you can even go up to 9 out of 10 times you'll close. Hey, best thing to do is close, right? So, the other thing that I always do is I always smile. Even in a conversation, phone call, smile. Before you pick up the phone, smile. Change that attitude, change that mindset, smile a little bit. Why? That lead that's on the other side of the phone can see, feel, hear how your attitude is, how you're feeling. If you're cheerful, happy, joyful, and you have a smile on your face, they feel it, they sense it, and they feel more comfortable talking to you. And that's the number one thing we need to do. We need to go ahead and have them become a little more comfortable with you, get to know you a little better. The other thing is lead the conversation. You need to ask them questions, not them ask you questions. They're asking you questions about certain things, like they always ask, do I have to shave my hair? Yes, no, depending. Now, you have to ask them questions about, hey, how often do you cut your hair? How do you shave? Are you comfortable shaving? Things like that. Now, the way you're going to do it, you're going to go back and forth on it. And you'll be understanding a little bit about them and their situation, and they'll know a little bit about you and how you're going to do what you have to do to get them where they want to be. Now, here's the killer. This is what'll definitely get you closing, and that is have them send you pictures. Nicely tell them, hey, can you send me some pictures? I need the sides, top of the head, the front hairline, the crown. Send them to my number. Please include, hey, I need your full name. I do get a lot of pictures coming in that number, and I need to know which picture, which phone belongs to who. That's one of the things. And when you receive those pictures, don't text them a quote. Call them. They like that one-on-one interaction. Even though you got pictures, book a consultation. Have them come in for a one-on-one. Why? You can't always evaluate the scalp. You can't always evaluate the scalp with a picture. You have to have them come in. Once you evaluate the scalp, you see if it's too dry, too oily. That's when you give them recommendations what to do to get it to that perfect canvas that you need to do your work on. And then at the same time, that's when you go ahead and give them the price. You go ahead and what you're going to go do, how many sessions it possibly could take, how much it's going to be, the waiting time, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks, depending on what the situation is. Also try to work with their schedule too. It's not just about your schedule, it's also about their schedule. You also have to work with them because they'll work with you, but you also have to work with them. Also, kindness goes a long way. Patience goes a long way. These calls usually take about 10 to 15 minutes, tops. Now, if it does go over 15 minutes, that's fine, but don't rush the call. Get as much information that you can from them, because they're trying to get as much information they can from you. Now, that will actually put you in an advantage from other potential, for them, any other potential S&P artists that they'll go to. Because if you represent yourself a little more understanding to their needs, a little bit more understanding to their situation, and you're willing to work with them when it comes to time, schedule, things in that nature, hey, usually they book with you, and they will book with you. Now, the biggest thing that I have to say is then, always have them come in. Don't just sell a product over the phone. Sometimes even through video doesn't work as well. It's always one-on-one, always one-on-one. Now, there's some occasions that you will be able to go ahead and sell. You'll be able to sell it. You will, over the phone. They already did the research. They already looked at all the competitors around you. They already looked at the prices. One, don't ever come off the bat, it's going to be this much. Find and get information from them first. Don't always go price first, price first. Always go, what do you need? Send me the pictures. Let me see what's going on. Let me see how much work is needed. That's when you go ahead and give them a quote. And give them a quote that's something that it's not just reasonable, but it's your prices that you've always charged. You know, because one, they're looking at everything around them. They're seeing your attitude, they're seeing the way you talk to them, the way you respond. Do you hesitate? Do you feel confident? Confidence is a huge thing. Now, be polite. Take your time. Now, once you've put all this together, you've created a conversational log of how you want things done, how you're going to say the words you're going to say, how you're going to explain certain things, how you respond to the questions, and how you're going to answer them. Hey, then start practicing. The more you practice this, and I'm being honest with you, the more you practice, the more you get in the rhythm of it, it'll be like breathing. The same thing we tell you when we train. You have to practice, and then you create that muscle memory to be able to feel that needle in the pen. That needle's an extension of your hand. The needle's an extension of your sensation of your fingertips. The more you work, the more you practice, the more sensitive your hand is. The fingertips are more sensitive. You'll feel that needle touching the skin. You're creating that muscle memory. And that's exactly what you need to do. Practice conversation. Practice the conversation by yourself or in front of the mirror. Hey, practice. Also, when you're practicing, your facial expression tells a story. But what comes out of here and what comes out of here is totally two different things. Now you have to practice your emotion. You have to practice your facial features, exactly how you are going to present yourself, because that speaks also. So your body language speaks. So when you have them in front of you and you're talking to them and explaining the thing, you'll have that confidence. If you've practiced enough and you've got everything wrong, you have that rhythm, you've practiced. You know what to say. You just got to go ahead and do it. You'll be confident. And then your facial features will show confidence. That's what books clients. That's what turns a lead into a paying customer. It's your confidence, your ability to respond, your ability to respond without hesitation, without stumbling, without mumbling, without pausing for a long period of time. That's what closes every single time. This will help you close 8, 9 times out of 10. Always. I've done it for 20 something years. It always works. It comes with practice. As I always say, practice makes perfect, right? The more you practice, the better you get at it, the more comfortable you get at it. Hey, just like me right now, making a video. When I first started in this industry, I did not like videos. I didn't like making videos. But the more I practice, the more I do, the more bloopers I have. Bloopers, really. There's some funny ones out there. They're not posted yet, but hey, there's some funny ones. But hey, the more you practice, the more comfortable you get, the better you get at it. So again, practice the conversation. Practice the outcome. Practice, practice, practice. The more confident you become, the better you are at closing. You have the ability to close every single lead, every single consultation. You have that ability. You just gotta believe in yourself. You have to have that confidence in yourself, and you might not have known all these little tips, these little steps that you have to take. I'm sharing those little tips that I've done in the past. Hell, I've been in management, I've been in retail, I've been in so much since my 20s. I've been in the industry, in sales, corporate to regular, for 20 something years. This works. You just got to go ahead and practice. Create that log, create that conversation, create those questions, create those responses, and then just practice answering those over and over again. By the time you know it, it'll be like breathing air. It'll be like breathing, man. Once you do that, you got it. I'm telling you, once you practice this, once you get that lead in the door, once you go ahead and bring him in, it's all about customer service. It's all about having that connection with that client, having that connection that you can represent, that you can say, hey, I know him. He feels me, I feel him or her. I know what she's going through. I know what he's going through. Now it's time for me to go ahead and help him out. And that's how it is. And that's how you close a sale. That's how you close a lead. That's how you convert a lead into a paying client. That's the number one tip I can give you. It's a huge tip, and I know it's a huge tip. I just don't know if you guys will actually go ahead and follow through on it. It takes time. Like anything, it takes time. You build on it. You build on it. You build on it. Next thing you know, hey, you're your own master at selling. You're your own master at turning those leads into paying clients. Once you practice enough, once you feel comfortable, once you feel unstoppable, hey, that is passed on to your clients, that you are confident, that you know what you're talking about, that you know what you're doing, and you'll close almost every lead. Occasionally you won't sell everybody. Why? They're not ready yet, or they want a transplant. It happens. But hey, I say this works about 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. It can always also get you there to 9 out of 10 times you will be closing. So I hope this tip helps. I hope you actually practice it. I hope you actually, do it and try it out. Let me know. I'm at Instagram at Christian Xerxes SMP, just America Scalp, Dear Spay Bosses. Let me know. Send me a message. Let me know if it worked. Peace. Keep hustling.